All right, everybody, I got a brand new knife for you today. This is the new release from Jack Wolf Knives. This is the Feelbetter Jack. So this goes along with my doctor's knife series because it is a doctor style knife, although it does have some tricks up its sleeve. Let's go over to the table, unbox it, and then review it. Get the show on the road. Here's Jack Wolf Knives, well known for its packaging. Get it unboxed. We can see on the back here we have the Feelbetter Jack. Let's get this open. And typically the premium ones come in a premium tube with premium artwork. So we have a doctor, because this is like I said, a doctor's knife, and a nurse, and they are performing surgery. He's wearing a mask. I wonder why he's wearing a mask. Like, who would do that? Why is she wearing a mask? And there it is, the Feelbetter Jack. Let's get this undone here. Typically, you do get a pog right there on top. Interesting story about pogs. They originated in Hawaii, where they would come with your milk that would get delivered. And then they started being collected, and it became a whole game. It's that similar artwork of a nurse handing the wolf doctor a doctor's knife. There's the knife there wrapped in that cloth. These come with stickers. They're tough to get out. What am I doing wrong here? It gets up to the edge and then they don't want to pop out, but there's two of them. Come on. I got one. I got two. But this is important. We want to see this. Oh, that's cool. This is kind of the medical symbol here with the staff, with the snakes on it, and the wings, and they're kind of bat wings because we're a little darker here with these Jack Wolf knives. But actually, this is the sign of the messenger Mercury, and not necessarily the symbol for medicine, but because doctors were using it incorrectly, and now it's just associated with doctors, but I'm a DO, right? And so the DO symbol is just one staff with one snake, and that's much more related to the original ancient symbol for medicine. We also got a filler tab. Let's keep that handy here because we're going to want to check that out here in a minute. We get a pink microfiber cloth with this one. And there it is. The handle length is 4 inches. Let's just check that out. Mine is 4 1/8. There's many versions of this knife. Like I said, this is the red True Blood version. Comes in black bolsters and a black clip. So of course I had to get this one. And also I have a connection to True Blood in that I went on a date in high school with Rutina Wesley, who played Tara on True Blood.
All that stuff's in the past. Why dwell on it? Can't we just start fresh?
This version, which is black DLC titanium. There is the Miami Camo Carbon version with the satin blade and dark titanium. There's the purple abalone satin blade. There's the Starburst tie satin blade. I really like that one. Also has brawn anodized titanium bolsters, which is pretty freaking cool. And there's two exclusive versions. One is copper matrix carbon fiber. That's at River's Edge Cutlery. And there's a crystal tie version that you can get at knife shows. We have a weight of 2.6 ounces. We have a clip that's non-reversible, a mill titanium clip, DLC coated. We have this much sticking out of the pocket. Disappears in the pocket, easily to get your hand all around it. Easy in and out. Great clip. Well done. Like I said, it does come with this filler tab. We have to take the whole knife apart to put in that filler tab there. Seems like a lot of work. Let's do it. Yeah. The pivot's T10. It's not a captive pivot, so I got to get out a T10 over here. Okay. Found some more screws. Those are, don't tell me they're T6s. Do not. What? You got to be kidding me, Jack Wolf. All right, if we can get that one off. This one is a T8. The point of having it all be T8s is that you don't have to do what I'm doing right now and keep switching bits around. And also T6s strip. So you take out the clip there, you put in the filler tab, you screw it back in, the same screw. Switch back to T8s. Come on, Jack Wolf, put them all T8s. You're killing me. Oh, these are titanium screws as well, so now they're not using the magnetic. So there we go. That's what it looks like without the pocket clip. Very nice. So if you wanted it to be a traditional doctor's knife without the pocket clip, it comes with a very nice filler tab. Kind of a fan of that. All right, let's put it back. Let's put the clip back on it. After all that work, you're just going to put it back? Yep, I am. I want to carry it like a normal knife. If you're going to take off the clip, I mean, it's not an easy switch is what I'm saying. If they're going to do that for me and make it seem like you could do it yourself at home, then they should make it a little easier so that you don't scratch your Kernite here or all your Kernite here. Or just be more careful, Mo. Just be more careful when you take it apart and stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a user for me. So do I really care that much? I guess I don't. The name is the Feelbetter Jack. It being a doctor's knife, they had the original Jack Wolf knives that was a doctor's knife was called the Feel Good Jack. I think it has reference to the Dr. Feel Good reference, and this one is Dr. Feel Better because it's even better than good. So then the next version with a black button lock, frame lock, is the Feel Best Jack. That's what my suggestion would be, Jack Wolf, and have this all be blacked out. The artwork is Sean Tiffany. The designer of the knife is Ben Belkin, the owner and operator of Jack Wolf Knives. Was there no skeletonization in there? We have the relief for the locking mechanism right there. That's about it. On the opening, we have a nail nick so that you can open it just like a normal traditional knife with a fairly easy pull, not a hard pull. Or you can reverse flick it off the fuller, but I can just whip it with my hand and get it out and it rockets out. Or you can front flip it. I'm not a front flipper guy, but look there, I did it right there. Oh, I didn't quite get it locked, did I? Let's try it one more time. It's not a super easy front flipper, but it can be done. Grip and ergos. It's a slim knife. We'll see when we get down into the cutting. Blade length, it's 3 3/8. So well below 3.5 inch cut laws, which is awesome. S90V on Steel Hardness Lab website. There's no Jack Wolf knives yet. They say this one is at 60 to 61. The shape is a Warncliffe shape here. So straight here, kind of dropping down. It says it's hollow. Hollow grind, huh? Satin DLC. It's a frame lock with a steel lock bar insert. Made in China. There's still a ton of these available. Let's get out some similar knives. Here's another Jack Wolf knives. I pulled out this one. This has green Kernite. This is a manual with a very hard pull. And look, it's a user. It's gonna get scratches. But this one has DLC coating. This one doesn't. This is just a dark. This is typically what you're gonna get on the other knives from Jack Wolf. Size comparison, longer blade and a longer handle. So a long, slender knife, typical for doctor's knives. Here's another doctor's knife I recently reviewed, the Kershaw Allegory. Pull in a more typical doctor's knife, this Rosecraft blade surgeon's knife. Flat bottom. Here's the last one, the Rough Rider. Black Sparkle. It's the Black Sparkle knife. If you need a Black Sparkle doctor's knife, they've made one. Are these still available? And then none of these have a clip. And so typically Jack Wolf knives come with a very high quality slip, and I dyed mine black in another video. But these ones did not come with a slip, and they don't typically come with a pocket clip. They're kind of pocket droppers, or you got to get your own slip for them. All right, doctor's knife are characterized by having this flat bottom for an oldie times smashing pills. So I got 2 Benadryl here. Let's see how it does. Yep, you can do it. Can you smash pills with a Jack Wolf knife? Feelbetter Jack, you can. Now the question is, how much of it gets stuck in the creases? Ah, dang it. With these darker scales, you can see much more in there versus when I did this on the Kershaw Allegory. This actually has lines in there, spaces that are meant to be there. And so those got filled up with some Benadryl. So not ideal for smashing pills. That's why we test it, man. That's why we're testing these. And let's cut some leather. This is if we're going to use a doctor's knife for surgery. I would not recommend you use this knife for surgery at all, but let's see how it cuts. Surgery. Fine surgery. I am not hating it. I think it's working great. One of these days, I'm going to get a better system for testing these out, but not today. I think this is doing great. Every time I'm trying to initiate a cut, it's going in. It's cutting through the layers, so I think that passed. Oh, we have the Wilderness Environmental Medicine. Minor decrease of core temperature in shivering volunteers over a 3-hour exposure to cold, wet, and windy conditions. The conclusion is the heat-producing mechanism of shivering is considered to be a significant contributing factor. Therefore, a lack of shivering in patients in cold environments should be considered a warning sign for hypothermia. There's your lesson for today. I'll, of course, see your doctor, but... All right. Yeah, it's a laser beam. Hollow grind S90V. I would be surprised if this didn't cut magnificently out of the box. Let's do some boxes. We're gonna do boxes and doctor testing. Well, if you're gonna give me a doctor style knife and give me a frame lock, then I'm gonna test it both ways. I'm gonna test it as a doctor. I'm gonna test it as a regular box breaker downer. Let's try it out. All right, we're down here on the red carpet. Let's cut some boxes. I'm assuming draw cuts are gonna be easy peasy with this Warncliffe blade. Just as I expected. Fantastic. Fantastic utility cutter. This is probably one of the width-wise, very narrowest knives I've ever used for this cut test. And I'm feeling it in my wrist, like I'm having to hold it and stop it from spinning more than I've had any other knife. It's kind of fatiguing my wrist. But otherwise, no hot spots, and it's doing very well. Seems like it's starting to rip a little more than cut. We'll go a few more. Although an S90V on paper should go farther than M390, I think because it has decreased toughness, it does about the same as M390 on cardboard cut tests. It's actually still doing just fine. Let's cut a few more. All right, let's see where we're at now. Still doing fine. We can do a few more. Still doing fantastic. So just a few more and then we'll call it. All right, that's it. Huge pile. Get over to the table and sharpen it up. All right, we're over at the table now, putting together my Work Sharp Precision Adjust Elite. The only question is this going to fit in the clamp? Because it's a little narrow. It is hollow grind. You can definitely feel it now that I'm holding it in my hand. That satin DLC is fantastic for getting the tape off. Look at that finish. I think that's perfect. All right, so then there's the clamp. I think that's going to be great, actually. Huge sharpening choil. Pretty long life on that bad boy. Let's mark up our blade edge and start at 220 grit. And then we can find what they gave it to us at. And as always, we start at 25. Looks like they gave it to us right at 25. So we'll just keep going right there. 220 grit. I don't think I have to support the edge at all. Plenty of room at that sharpening choil, like I said. That is an excellent grind. All even all the way across. All right, I got a burr all the way down. Let's go down to the next grit. What am I going to do? That was 220. Get to 400. Let's do that.
Ooh, that's a really cool looking knife.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Right now I'm going down to 800 grit.
How sharp are you trying to get it?
25. That's the way it came. I'm talking to Ivan here. He's asking me about what angle I'm sharpening these at and why don't I go a lower angle than 25. Well, S90V has a lot of wear resistance, and so it's going to be really hard to sharpen, especially if you're trying to like reprofile it. So I just leave it at what it came so I can minimize my amount of sharpening I have to do. It's not lame-o. You're lame-o. Ceramic hone is next. Last up, 2 micron strop. The price of the 0.1 micron strop just went up $1. I should have bought it when it was $22.50. Now it's $23.50, and I was waiting for it to go on sale, and it's just getting more expensive. All right, that's it. Let's see how it cuts. Hopefully we did a good job, and it's better than factory. Oh yeah, that's a laser beam. Can I cut a wavy line, or have I got it too short? I just got a little too close to my fingernail right there, and it dug right into it. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this video. If you like this video, you may like this one about the Kershaw Allegory. It's another doctor's knife. Or you may like this whole series about medical stuff and doctor's knives I have right there. And we will see you on the next one. Farewell.